We are live with the Jeep Life podcast. Getting things rolling here on September 12th.
I hate when my phone doesn't cooperate.
Keeping score at home, it's episode 235. If you're not keeping score at home, it's still episode 235. And there's Troy. What's up, Troy? How's it going?
Sup? I don't have my headphones on yet.
Here's what I'm going to do. What's up, Mike? Man, I'm in all kinds of just things aren't. I'm not.
So, if you were tuning in last week and you're wondering what's going on with my brake situation, I figured it out.
Oh, sweet.
Basically, I did enough research to figure it out.
Oh.
I did John's the words.
Words are hard, dude.
Dude, these bee stings are messing with my head. So if you're wondering what's going on, it's just I got stung by wasps a whole lot, and I might be like, bleh. No, it's all good.
It's all good. That sucks. I hate getting stung by anything.
You mean mosquitoes outside in my
dude,
yard?
I am eat up right now.
I got a spray.
The bottom.
It's just the end of the year. Give
Yeah.
it the first freeze and you'll be fine. So another like 4 months.
I know. What's up, Ron? How you doing?
Like boys.
Don.
I do.
GM 3/4 ton front caliper
Yeah.
mounts in the brackets.
Yeah.
And then you use a 5x5.5 rotor. That's like a slim rotor.
Right.
And it's designed, I think it's 13 inches. It's a 13-inch rotor.
Mm-hmm.
And that is basically what you use. And D52 pads,
Oh, what's up, Jason?
which are just common GM 3/4 ton
right.
pads.
Why don't they just put a bigger brake on it? Bigger. Oh, I guess because it's 17-inch wheels, maybe, or
Well, it's only a 17-inch rim, number one.
right.
But so I'm going to put a new set of calipers on it, all new everything, and a set of Duralast Gold brake pads.
Yeah.
Just a full like metal brake pad and see how it does.
Right. What about the back? What's on the back?
The back is I'm still trying to figure that out.
Okay.
I think it's probably the same. Hold on.
Hey, Jason. How's it going? Got
So,
all the Jasons on the planet here today.
So I met the guy that knows the guy where all my parts came from.
Knows a guy who knows a guy whose cousin ordered the parts for the buggy.
Nah, basically, yeah, actually. This
That's
past
pretty much
weekend,
it, yeah.
I was wheeling with a guy that he knew Russell, the guy that I bought the buggy off of,
Right.
and knows the guy and actually wheels with the guy that Russell bought all the parts off of to build the buggy. The axles, the transfer case.
So A to Z didn't.
So A to Z built the cage and everything, and this guy that I met, his buggy is actually built by Zach as well.
Right.
And on the side it actually says in loving memory of Zach.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
1972 to 2020.
Hmm.
And so he said, yeah, I know where. He said all day long he didn't put two and two together, and then he was like, I know where your axles came from. Wait, I know where your transfer case is from. Hold on. I know
we
this.
do too. It's an Atlas.
Well, no, but like the guy that
Yeah.
bought it originally.
That's funny. I if I had more time, I'd like to build a buggy just to build it. I wouldn't keep it. I'd sell it. But
Yeah,
just
but
to
just to build
check
it.
that mark.
Yeah,
check
sure.
that box.
Sure.
Tom Baijak.
Oh, yeah, I know him.
Oh, you know Tom?
No, I don't know Tom.
Okay. Tom Baijak. He lives in Jersey. Super awesome dude. Runs a TJ on 37 Treps with a Spider 9-inch in the front and a Pro Rock 60 They're called Solid Industries Solid Axle.
Okay.
It's a rear. It's basically pre-Dynatrack. You done fucked up.
All right. Yeah,
And so
yeah,
sorry.
that's cool that you got to meet him.
Yeah.
And you're out doing the thing.
Yeah, doing the dues. We can talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll do that. I'll include that.
I have a headache.
We'll include that in.
Oh, and I found where I can get new spindles if I need them. 5x5.5 spindles. Rough Stuff has them for a Dana 60.
Actually, Rough Stuff, you probably should look there for a lot of stuff because they have a lot of
builder
parts.
Yeah, I've been looking at all their builder parts.
They got some cool.
It's a lot to look through, let me tell you.
It is.
It's like an insane amount of stuff to look through.
It is.
All right, everybody, we're just getting warmed up, and we're letting everybody get online with us before we hit that start button.
If you know anything about this builder stuff on Rough Stuff, please let me know.
Hey, so I was perusing Quad's
I don't do that.
app this weekend, and
They
I
have an
came
app?
across.
They do have an app.
Yeah, they have an app.
Oh, okay.
I
You didn't know that?
Maybe you should look into that.
Maybe you should know that.
There's a company, Super Chips came out with a box that I think works for flashing 15 and up PCMs.
Oh, yeah?
But it also is a plug and play where you can actually just select like 3 different power levels on right on the steering wheel controls.
Oh.
For JK. So it's pretty cool. 1 through 3, 1 is econo, 2 is towing, 3 is sport. And I don't know what it changes. Like it was hard to find stuff, but it had good reviews as far as like the RAM community.
Yep.
I only found a couple videos of Super Chips installing it. Super easy to install. I don't know. I just thought it was cool. It looks like a pass-through box, and I think it works with like. It looked like there was a couple people out there running Diablo and Super Chip tuners along with it.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Interesting.
Something
to look into.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yep. So here it is, the kit that was used for my. Actually, not this one. It's not 5.5.5.
All right, everybody, go out there, share this out to as many people as you can. If you have groups that you belong to, get that out to them. Let's try to up these numbers tonight. I would love it. That'd be great. I appreciate it.
Let's set a goal of 1,000.
Something unattainable. Let's do that.
Yeah, whatever.
Good luck.
Right. I'm all about overselling and.
All right, I'll share it. I haven't shared it out for a while. Share now custom. Share to your friends. Share custom.
Custom.
Well, that didn't work the way I wanted it to.
Usually doesn't.
All right. We're sharing it
I
out.
think they have the same brakes on the rear as they do on the front.
I love all these shares. They actually just popped up on my feed. That's awesome. I appreciate that. Thanks, everybody. We'll get rolling in just a minute as we all get caught up in sharing out. I just shared it out on my page.
Yeah, I shared it on mine. Now I'm sharing it to groups.
Nice.
Let's see here. Nope, can't do them. I think we can do them. Public group.
I don't know anymore these days.
Yeah. Somebody's going to yell at us for something.
Probably.
We're good at getting yelled at. We take the punishment. Oh, look at that! I remembered to hit record too. It's a banner
It's
night.
like
It's
share.
a banner night.
It's like share out roulette.
Right. It's exactly right. It is share out roulette. Who's gonna yell at us?
Yeah.
Or maybe we don't get yelled at all.
Maybe not.
And we
man.
survive another round. While we're waiting, this might be our longest distance listener. We got listeners in Canada, but we got one coming in from Japan.
Whoa,
Our good friend
really?
Matt.
Wow.
Yeah, how about
that's
that?
cool.
That is cool.
Considering it's 7:53 in the morning there.
Yeah,
Well, no. Depends where in Japan.
Good morning.
Actually.
Good morning, Matt.
Yeah.
It's safe to say good morning.
It's 7:53 or it's 8:53, I think.
That's awesome. Well,
Please,
thanks for
let
jumping
us
on
know.
here. Yeah.
Yeah,
What? Type in the thing. What time is it there now? Is it a 12 or 11 or a 13-hour difference?
Oh.
Excellent. 13 hours ahead, so
Hi,
8:53.
Matt.
It's in the morning. Yeah. Good morning.
Oh, wait, you said Matt?
Yeah.
Oh, that was Matt. That's Matt Frey. You didn't
Yeah.
specify Matt Frey.
Yeah, I thought Japan and Matt, you would put two and two together.
No,
Who else is beeping over there? Are you beeping over there?
No, I don't hear nothing.
So they have mini Japan Jeeps here called Jimneys?
Jimneys.
I'll
I'll have to look into those.
It's like 8:30 in the morning. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Matt, I am going to be going to see Matt, so I will actually get a first-hand tour of the Jeep,
The Jimny.
the Jimny, and the Jeep market in another country.
There we go.
So that would be a cool thing to bring Matt's opinion in.
Oh, the Suzuki Jimny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Coolio. All right,
Tim, how's it going? What?
I just shared it out
I
to
miss
Berks
my
County
manners.
Rocks.
Oh, nice. Nice.
I got to start sharing.
Should we do? Yeah, let's do JG's.
All right. While you guys do that, I'm going to start with thanking all of our
Good idea.
all of our partners. And we're going to start out with Off-Camber Lighting. They offer a 20% discount to our listeners, and that is Jeep Life Pod on their website. I do have all of these links available in our show notes. But yeah, there's Off-Camber Light, rechargeable. The pin light is awesome. Rockslide Engineering has a discount code for our listeners, and that's Jeep Life 10. I've noticed they've been out just very active out recently, so I've been following them. It's pretty awesome. I think I might have to get one of those tailgate tables from them, so maybe I'll use that Jeep Life 10 to do that.
Looks like a Renegade on steroids.
Does it? Yeah.
Yeah,
How about
kind
that?
of cool.
Tread Lightly, one of our favorite organizations. Man, they just do so much for our outdoor living. And treadlightly.org is offering our listeners 50% off of their $50 and $100 mission
Say it
memberships.
right.
50%.
50%.
50 and hundy.
50 and hundies. Like it.
Off of the memberships, and it's a procedure. So go to our show notes and I'll walk you through that.
You mean like you walked me through it?
Exactly like I walked you through it. You didn't even pay attention. You just went on the site and
just started
I'll
clicking
figure
on
this
stuff.
out. No, and if personally, if you just text me, I'll walk you through it. Oh man, this is amazing. I'm gonna flip over here and point at that guy right there and say, Jared, how you doing? This is one of my oldest and longest friends on the planet. And you want to talk about somebody that loves the Jeep life? He doesn't even have a Jeep, and he loves the Jeep life. No, I think he has a Grand Cherokee, actually.
Hey,
to be
you got
honest.
more friends than anybody I know.
I'm
This whole podcast, all our downloads and everything are made up of all your friends.
All of them. But yeah, he's one of the guys that really kind of helped push me into getting the most out of my Jeep. Because when I first got it, he was like, dude, that's not muddy enough. Dude, there's no scratches on that thing.
That's a good friend.
Dude, where's the top down?
Yeah.
You know, and every time, and I was like, all right, well, I got to up the ante here.
Yeah.
And now, but that dude needs to pack his stuff and let's get out of here.
Yeah.
That's a whole, pack your stuff, let's go. That's a whole nother story. I've had so many good times with that dude.
Cool.
Pipes. If you heard me pull into the driveway today, you heard that system. They're offering a free shipping code.
Nobody else was around.
The Jeep
man.
Life. I know, but I was.
Groundhog, he looked.
Yeah, he did. He
He
turned.
was like, whoa,
it was
that must be a pipes exhaust.
That must be.
All right, Don, it wasn't a groundhog. It was a bunny. But he may have
Yard
ran
bunny.
away.
Yard bunny. Thunder.
Yeah. But they've got a free shipping code, and that is just the Jeep Life when you enter that in and get that shipping. Well worth it. Thank you to Pipes. Power Tank, we know them, we love them. Power Tank is offering full system 15% off. Jeep Life Pod 15 is their discount code. Our thanks to them. My tank is full for this coming weekend's adventures, and I'm looking forward to getting out there and rocking it and using my power tank. And Armor Light has given us a discount code, and I know that's been used a lot in the last week and a half, which is pretty awesome. Jeep Life Podcast 10 is the code that you use with them. Armor Light is the stuff for the interior of your car. And it's interesting because we just bought a new car for the household. And it's
bought a Jeep, right?
It's got a.
I hope you did.
It's got a
You
WeatherTech interior, and I'm like, you know what? Well, it's actually a WeatherTech knockoff, but still, I'm like,
Wait, what did you get?
It's
What did you get?
Another vehicle.
What?
It's a Jeep, but it's a Jeep Patriot.
That's
all right.
okay.
Yeah, and it's actually pretty nice.
Did they? Nice, man.
Yeah, so
They make lift kits for those. You know that?
did they
right?
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about that a
All
little
right.
bit later because that might be a fun project a little bit later.
Nice.
I don't think Kelly would be happy.
But yeah, so
She won't even know.
It's
So
so
why
different.
is it higher? I
Yeah.
guess you got shorter, Kelly.
It's it.
You know, they say you shrink a little bit with age. It just-
No,
For you, it
don't bring
happened to
that
her.
up either.
Definitely don't do that. Definitely don't do that. But our thanks to Armor Light for their discount code of Jeep Life Podcast 10. I had the pleasure of my Jeep being featured in their booth several times this summer at different events, and man, they're just killer people and a great product, and I put 100% faith in what they're doing. So our thanks to Armor Light. And
I think they did. Jason Campbell said that they need to finish up the back cargo area, but I think they did, didn't they?
They haven't finished. It's not available yet, but
Oh.
it's on its final stages.
So that one in
that's-
yours was a prototype?
I don't have that.
I thought they
I don't
had
have
at
that.
the show
No.
at Wildwood.
No, they
didn't they
didn't.
have one in there?
Nope. I wish.
Well, then.
I wish.
I was wrong.
But I need to go back and say,
All right, let's push that button and get the show started.
hi, Neil. Hi, Jared. Yeah, let's do it. John. What's happening, John? How's it going? And I'm going to push that button and get things rolling. Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Jeep Life Podcast. We're that Jeep podcast where we celebrate that Jeep life, and, you know, it's not our slogan, but it should be. It's all Jeeps all the time here at the Jeep Life Podcast, and as always, I'm here. My name is Terry, and I'm surrounded by the two best people on the planet. My good friend, Bill. Bill, how's it going, man?
I'm hurting.
Yeah, man. Well, you just intentionally beat yourself up
Yep.
all the
Bouncing hard a lot.
a lot. You know, we'll talk about that in a little bit, but it's good to see you. Good to see your face.
Thanks,
and
man.
your clickety clack of the keyboard over there. I appreciate
I'm posting and I'm
it.
sharing.
Oh, social media champion right there. Yeah,
Trying.
He's still at it.
right. One of us needs to because I have no
We're at
idea what I'm
38
doing.
shares.
I love it. Nice.
Just shared it everywhere.
Well, let's see if we can hit that magic number of
Yeah.
1,000.
So everybody right now, get out there and
No
share.
way.
Push pause.
It's going
if
up.
you
It's
need
going
to.
up. But we needed to start the show. I'm going to be honest with you.
We did.
I did. You were kind of dragging a little bit.
That's all right. That's all right.
Kind of what I did yesterday. Dragged myself all over that course yesterday.
Speaking of a dragon, I got my good friend Don over here. Don the Dragon.
Hi, I'm Don.
What's your name?
Don.
What's your name?
Hi, I'm Don.
Cool.
I feel like
Hi, Don.
we need to
Hi.
give you a 12-step coin or something with that intro.
I'll never have one of those.
That's for quitters.
Yeah, that's right.
No, he's an enthusiast. There's a
Right.
difference.
Right.
I love it.
Alcoholics go to meetings.
It is awesome to be back in the studio. I build my week around coming in, saying hi to everybody, and getting on the air and making this happen. And of course, this week's absolutely no different. But I'm going to kind of bring us down for just a minute. And yesterday was 9/11, and as Jeepers, we're generally very patriotic, and it was great to see people out celebrating that freedom and that Jeep life with car shows and rides, and with their American flags hanging off the back. So I just want to take a moment, and 20 years is still not enough to heal.
It'll never heal.
Nope.
And I think I didn't have anybody that I lost in that.
You were there,
but I
close,
watched the entire thing happen out my living room window.
In person. Wow.
And there's any time someone mentions 9/11 or World Trade Center, I instantly go to some solemn place in my mind and reflect on that.
Right.
And how fortunate we are.
Nat Geo put out a really good documentary on it, like just done this year, but going back, I mean, I saw footage that I had not seen before, and it's
You're
still,
talking about
there's still
National
footage you'll
Geographic,
never
right?
see.
Yeah.
I watched that today.
Did you? Wasn't it amazing?
It was, oh my!
But it I mean, the way it grabs at your heart, like you just those feel like. So I never heard it described in the detail like I did at Nat Geo, and I think there were people that were able to start talking about it again.
I think that's
as they're starting to heal, and now we're getting more details on it. But it was, I don't know how people survived it that did survive it, like came out without
the survivor's guilt.
Yeah, or just the post-traumatic.
Yep.
Because the things that were happening there and the sights that people saw. Yeah. Absolutely insane. It was as bad as the things that you hear about, like at Vietnam, if not worse.
Yeah, and it's my daughter's 14. She's a great kid and everything, but she wasn't alive.
Yeah,
and
I know. Well, same with my little sister.
She's can't grasp it. She says it's a sad event, but why does people need to relive it every year? And I'm like, it's not reliving. It's kind of
so we don't forget.
It's so we don't forget. But it's also a healing. It's a cathartic thing.
It is, and that's true too, right? People are talking, and they're and that's part of the healing process, and especially us as a nation.
And you're right. It was interesting on that particular documentary, seeing the people who did survive and having them actually talk on screen and looking right at you.
Yeah.
While the police, the fire chief,
yeah,
they used him a lot.
Yeah, right.
And the fact that it was just I gasped a couple times, and
it truly floored me. Like I said, I never had seen it or heard anything about it in that detail. I mean, I was watching it on TV when it happened. I saw people falling from the building, but you don't get like I always felt god awful for them, but like as far as the survivors go and what they saw and what the fire department, like what they were hearing, the sounds, and just incredible that they were able to come out the other side of that with I'm sure there's some PST or PSD, but PTSD. Sorry, yes. But I think, man, it just like opened up my heart again, and like I almost felt like hugging every one of those people. As corny as it sounds, but
well, it's a tragic time.
I was 6 years old.
Yeah,
we were talking about it today, and Marie and I were talking about it, and my grandmother as well. My grandmother remembers being at work. Yeah, I think I remember being at home because I was sick that day.
Oh, wow, yeah.
I was in second grade. I was 6 years old. I was going to be 7 in March. And I thought I was home because I was sick that day, and I remember watching the second plane go into the towers.
Right.
Yeah.
on the news.
Yeah.
And I remember sitting on the plaid couch that we had. But like, that's what I have in my mind, and it's weird to think, like, you know, I was 6 years old. You guys, you actually are were more of in a state to remember it.
Right.
But even, you know, some of the people that are my age, some of them remember it absolutely clearly, and some of them don't.
Do you remember how you felt when you went? Like, what did you feel? What was going on when you were watching that happen?
Wow, and I don't want to take too much time of the show
no,
for
but
this, but I think it's important. I agree. They came and got me. My ex came and got me and said a small plane has just hit the World Trade Center.
Right.
And it's been a target from the beginning. You know, several attempts and several actual attacks have been but nothing of that magnitude. And so my brother being a pilot, I instantly went to the living room window and sure enough, there was smoke starting to billow out of the first one, and I'm like, oh, that's so bizarre. How does that happen? Right. And it's got to be some kind of malfunction or something.
Right.
And while that's going through my mind, just the pure confusion.
Right.
And I'm sure everybody on the planet was having the same kind of confusion.
Sure. Well,
and
it was a lot of questions.
On.
Like I remember, like, was this an accident or what's exactly? That's exactly how I felt watching it.
And then the second one, I literally was watching out my living room window, and the second one hit, and we're under attack. That's instantly I switched from confusion to we're being attacked.
Right.
And my gut instinct, being the redneck that I am, I went into I'm getting all my stuff. I didn't have a lot then.
Right.
I was younger and mobile.
Right.
I was like, I'm just getting all my stuff and I'm heading to the mountains.
Right.
Because there's nobody in the mountains. Nobody can get to you. But then cooler heads prevailed, and the fact that everything went on lockdown in that immediate area. It was frightful, and it's one of those things where confusion, and then my instinct was to persevere, right, and get out, and then to heartache, right, knowing I was actually in the towers the week before.
Right,
I bought my first Mac laptop that day because the back of the World Trade Center ticket had a coupon at B&H.
Right.
And it was like a 10% discount. I'm like, yeah, I'm going and doing that.
Right.
So I was in the World Trade, and they talk about how there's always 50 to 100,000 people in the towers at any given time. And as that was taking place, I would just the amount of loss of life just went through and just completely staggered me and knocked me off my feet at that point. But we were very fortunate, and I say that with the most respect, that the loss of life was as low as it was, because it could have been
a lot worse. They get a lot of people out.
Yeah, they got and first responders, the police, the EMS, the fire departments that gave their lives to help other people's. Thank you, and I know that's kind of where yesterday we're 20 years removed. At the end, 3/4 of the way through a worldwide pandemic,
right?
People needed some sort of release and celebration, and I know that seeing those car shows and those Jeep rides and that kind of reflection, it was good to kind of see that, and it's cathartic. I wish I had gone to one of them, but instead I just by myself drove around a lot yesterday.
Yeah,
top down,
I need to start checking Facebook more often. I forgot about it. Like, I know we had talked about that at one point in here, and then I really haven't been playing on Facebook much. But yeah, I remember feeling very similar. Angry. I remember feeling angry. And I know there's a lot of other people feeling that way.
Yeah. But a lot of people got out and celebrated things yesterday, and then kind of as we should as Americans get on with our lives,
Right.
and that's the way that we win, and we come together and we support each other. And as my show of support, man, you did some cool things yesterday.
I got denied a lot.
Well, none shall pass. You competed yesterday, didn't
Dude,
you?
I have a competition-built rig that course said, "Hey, not today, sucker."
Yeah, it ate you up, didn't it?
Oh my god!
In more
Ate me
ways
up,
than one.
Spit me out. Almost rolled me over multiple different times. Almost put me on the lid, on the side, on the back. I don't know.
I mean, damage to the buggy.
Blew a power steering line. Who knows what else I did? I definitely
got
cracked.
stung.
Oh, stung
Yeah,
is an understatement.
swarmed by the
Swarmed
bees.
by wasps, whatever ground assholes that live in the ground and come out and they fly and they're yellow
Yeah,
a-holes.
The-
Beepity beep beep beep
Yeah,
beep.
they're not good for
No.
honeybees either.
little problem there, buddy. Keeping it up. But no, the ground assholes.
I like that. So from now on, hey everybody, watch out! There's ground assholes.
And now I have a specific can of ground asshole eliminator.
Yeah. We need to. I think we all need to put that in the back of our
trademark
Jeep.
this
Yeah.
ground asshole eliminator.
our GAEs. But we need to put that in there. And
Yes, there was a lot of burning rubber. Yeah, but it just meant it. So Pennsylvania has, up in that coal region, has this like silty dirt, mud, paste.
slickery,
Oh, it is some slickery shit.
and it clings to everything.
So I've dealt
It's
with
hard
it.
to clean off.
Oh my god, the thing is like it's like anti-seize. You walk out and you
I
look
know.
like you're the fucking
You
Tin
really
Man.
do, and then you like wash your Jeep and it just smears it around.
Yeah.
It does. It doesn't come off. There's
Told
like
you,
an
it took
oil
2
base.
weeks to like get it off my Jeep.
Well, I mean, there is a lot of anthracite in it, which is a a very relative form of. Bill, you're having a little trouble over there.
What's up, buddy? What happened there?
Dude, I can give you the website for something to help you out with that.
the damn thing fell off the thing, and I can't get it up no more.
Oh my God! I mean,
Well, you're twisting it. You shouldn't be twisting it like that.
no, that's definitely not the way to operate that.
Machinery not accessible.
And I know that it wasn't a huge success for you yesterday, but man, I'm so proud
I made
of
it
you.
through 4 gates, and I fell through one.
Fell through.
Literally fell through one.
Yeah, it reminds me of my table waiting days.
116 points.
And you could
Okay,
I mean,
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
The first course, the open class, I think 2 people finished it
oh wow.
in the allotted time.
Oh wow.
One person rolled over.
Yep.
Shout out to Ron. I hope you're doing
And,
all right.
and those
I
are
bet you're-
definitely experienced drivers.
Oh, they are. He is. I mean, like it didn't hurt him. He didn't feel
No,
bad.
yeah.
It wasn't bad roll. He was like it was actually pretty light. But one rollover, multiple very close rollover, teetering. I had a couple teeters. Second course, I think only like 2 people finished once again. And then the third course, we got halfway through the field and nobody finished, and the swarm of bees came out of the ground, and we said, "F this, we're out of here."
Yeah, that's enough to end the day. Let's call
And
it there.
also, I broke my shit.
But I'm
doesn't help.
super proud of your efforts. In
I
that.
gave it hell. I mean, I
so-
wasn't gonna back down.
So kudos to you, my friend.
Lots of
Kudos.
big rocks. Lots of E-notches.
Yeah, lots. I mean, the videos you sent me, I was just like, okay.
Shit.
All right, and then they weren't backing down from that. I think it's we have new Patreon stuff going out and going up. Our Patreon subscribers are amazing. They allow us to do the cool things we're doing. We've got some events coming up, and we're going to talk about those. So thanks to that. If you want to become a Patreon subscriber, go to our Patreon's page right now and sign up for that, and we thank you. But another way to help us is push pause right now and tell a friend to subscribe to our podcast on any of the platforms.
Mostly YouTube.
YouTube,
I don't even know what we're at anymore.
Apple Music, all that stuff.
I've been slacking. Tomorrow, I promised tomorrow night, I will put some time into YouTube.
So we'd love and welcome any of that, and write a review for us. Reviews help us out tremendously. So go on your favorite podcast player and
Unless you don't like us, and stay off our
and
goddamn reviews.
write us a review. Well, I don't care how bad you wail on us. Just give us 5 stars.
605 subscribers.
Nice. Going up. We're going in the right direction.
There we go. And we hit 30,000 views.
Oh, nice.
Total.
Yeah. Keep it going.
The
Keep it
freaking
going.
checks are going to start rolling in, man.
No.
I can't wait.
No, they're not.
Just deliver it in
Stop.
gold bars.
Just stop.
Yeah, right.
Right?
Stop. Everybody stop.
I want all of our
please.
Bag of potato chips, anything. I'll take anything.
Right,
at this point.
anything.
Right.
Actually, a bag of potato chips. would be
Cases of beer, if you want to send
Right.
those, we'll take that. We were going to talk about this week as our product of the week. We were going to
Not
review
allowed.
the AV geometry correction brackets, but we haven't put those on yet. So I think as we are looking at that for my Jeep, I don't think it's a guarantee that we're going to put them on, but it's
You
it's a
should.
possibility.
You want to talk about them? I ran
Yeah,
them
I
for
think-
a while.
I think we
Billy,
wanna-
let's talk about
Let's
them.
talk about them. Why would I want them to start with?
Well, so the
It
biggest thing,
eliminates a couple things.
for one, it corrects caster without using control arms.
Put
But
'em
the
on.
biggest thing is it corrects the geometry between the front axle and the control arm.
Which prevents
Axle wrap, nose diving
during extreme braking.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Which
for
you like to
braking.
do.
Yep. I do like to extreme break.
You do like to extreme brake.
and the way it'll climb undercuts. So when
basically
you have that control arm on an angle and you go up to an overcut or a ledge,
Yep.
because that's on an angle, when it loads the axle, it'll load it down. What?
Let's back up.
Just shut up for a second. So that's the biggest thing with that.
Mommy
It
and
straightens
Daddy are
that out
fighting.
so it doesn't load up or down.
Right. So
Right.
you can approach
I'm
it
saying back up.
clear.
Why?
We need to explain what geometry correction brackets.
That's
actually
not what he
do.
asked. Yeah, I am. What do you think I'm doing?
Right, you're saying a control arm's at the ground.
I said no. It's facing downward.
All right, just edit all this shit out.
All right. Done.
No, it's what I didn't say facing down. Like
No.
I said facing down like on an angle.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
So that changes the way the axle
Correct.
loads.
Absolutely.
Right.
I
Now-
agree with you.
All right. So here's my question. When I open it up and I look at it, there's
I'm
three
confused.
different.
Got something
There's
for you.
three different holes. There's 3 different holes.
Whoa, there's 3, Dale? I only remember having 2.
No, I think there's 3.
Yeah, there's 3. So
There's
you
3.
got it's a 2.5, 3.5, 4.5. So it's actually the AEV ones are made for their lifts.
Okay.
So if you have 2.5 inches, you use the lower holes.
Yep.
Or is it the lower ones or the upper ones? Lower ones.
The
lower
instructions
ones.
tell you which one to use
Right.
per
Yeah.
lift.
But it's funny because they go lower and forward more, as the 3 different holes,
Yeah,
depending
okay.
on correction, caster correction,
Yeah.
and so the whole idea is to correct the caster, position of the axle. Remember, casters, if you draw a line through the center of the knuckle, and that's the forward or rearward tilt of that line, and
Right.
it'll kind of correct that to where it should be. So it tracks better, brakes better, things like that. And then you want that lower control arm level as well because it changes the way the axle loads when you stop, when you're climbing things.
Right.
Stuff
All right.
like that.
So another way to think about this is when you draw a straight line through the mounting points of your lower control arm, what you're doing is the more parallel you make it with the ground is going to translate how the forces are put back into the frame.
Okay.
So if you draw a line through your front lower control arm bolt and the rear control arm bolt, and as you draw that line through those two bolts, you should end up at a point on your frame. That point is basically where you're moving your pivot point kind of back to. Does that make sense? So you're giving yourself the effects of a long arm kit without putting new control arms on.
Okay. All right.
So, and then Jason Campbell said, if I put an AEV 2.5-inch lift on it, do you still really need it? And I will tell you this.
100%.
I had a 2.5-inch lift on the black one, and it had it on there, and it drove like a dream.
Right.
It was great. Track perfect.
That's what I'm looking for.
Yep. Now, the ones, the lift I have now, the Rubicon does not. And that thing's all over the road. It dives not real hard because the springs are so damn stiff. But, it's a win-win. They're awesome. A couple different companies make them. Rubicon Express makes them. I think Terraflex makes them. AEV
really
probably
should get a
makes the
whiteboard.
best.
our friend Tim just asked, "Where's the whiteboard so we could draw this out?"
That would be badass.
I really should. I might post this later.
Maybe we'll get one.
I got a piece
So-
of paper.
That's a good idea.
So the downside to them is that it drops
You're lowering your clearance.
you're lowering your clearance by
your
about
clearance.
inch and a half. And they do. I got mine. The black one would get hung. They would get hung up on everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn clearance.
But you just slide them off. You broke a set, didn't you?
I did. No, I didn't
Surprise,
break
surprise.
them. I bent the shit out of them.
All right.
All right.
Well, you bend the shit out of everything.
It's
really not
You
fair.
should see this buggy today. Oh, it's bad.
All right. So I am because
You are putting them on.
I am
because you bought them.
Well, we're going to see. What the plan
If we-
was to
if
see
we-
where the caster
if we
and all
needed
that
it,
is.
right? But I'm being told
His
I
Jeep
need them.
dives like nobody's business.
All right, so let's go ahead and plan on it because I am putting new springs, new shocks, front steering stabilizer on. Might as well do a little bit more on there. So I appreciate it.
Yes, AEV does list the geometry correction brackets as optional. However, highly recommended from anybody that has drove a AEV 2.5 with the brackets and without the brackets. I can say that I've driven them both. Put them on.
Every build we do,
for the $115
every
for a
build we
JK
do
or whatever, it's worth it.
at the school, if it doesn't get control arms, except for mine, if it doesn't get control arms, it gets the AV brackets.
Can you use them with adjustable control arms, or is it a
Yes,
waste?
you can.
Sure, you can, but it would kind of defeat the purpose.
So yes and no.
I mean, you'd have so it depends on it would depend on the control arm, really.
It depends on the control arm, number one. And number two, it depends on what you're trying to do with the Jeep. If you're daily driving that Jeep, it will significantly help it.
Oh, big time.
If you're doing a lot of off-roading and stuff, it's like a 50-50 because you might get so you put a 4.5 and 37s on it. Yeah, they're going to help. Because you're automatically putting those 37s and you're getting the good ground clearance off the bat.
Right.
If you're doing 33s and you're wheeling that like normally and you're just trying to do like a budget build,
Right. Then
they're probably not going to help you that
get in the way.
Just
more
go
than
straight adjustable control arms from the beginning.
So,
and
another one too. They do help. I think. I mean, I've never read anything about it, but they do help with misalignment too. In other words, you can increase wheel travel, down travel with them.
All right. Go. All right, let's put them on.
I'm actually thinking about going buying another set.
All right, there we go.
I'm not putting them on the JK because I'm going to put adjustable control arms on it.
Yeah, at some
I'm going
point
to do
I
both,
will.
and we're going to see how it works.
Okay.
All right. Sounds great.
So we're going to have 3 different Jeeps, right?
Yeah.
Or I'll have brackets
And adjustable.
And
adjustables.
I'm going to do
You're
upper
gonna have
and lower.
regular
right.
upper and lower adjustables, and then you're just going to have stock
Yep. Control arms with
brackets.
with the bracket. So
That'd
we
be
can,
cool
yeah.
to see what
the differences.
the difference is in doing the same
Yeah.
lines and stuff.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I like it. Sounds like a good plan.
And I think I've come up with an idea.
All right.
I'm going to buy a stock housing again, gusset it,
Oh,
do a
yeah,
truss, take
Yeah.
all the components that I have because they're like bulletproof
Yep.
at this point,
Yep.
and put them all in the new housing and call it a day.
That's not a bad deal.
Another 30?
Just built like
30-30?
Yeah.
a dirty 30.
Yeah.
Nice. I mean,
I'm
you already
actually-
have the
like an-
stuff. We talked
like-
about this
I'm
through the
actually
week.
kind of thinking about
Like just go buy just a housing from Mopar, get all the gussets, do it in the garage, really nice, weld it really
Over
nice
the winter.
over the winter. Springtime comes around, pull all the guts out of the old one because they're still good
Mhm.
guts. The
Mhm.
splines are good.
Yeah.
Every time I pulled it out, it looks fine.
Yep.
And then just slap it all into the new
So-
housing and put it back in
I've
the
been
Jeep.
thinking a lot about this. Now, first of all, my first question is, what would be stronger? A dirty 30 that's trussed, I mean, axle housing wise, or a 44 that's not trussed? And then, second question is, what housing is stronger? A 30 trussed, or does
A
it the
44
or a
trussed?
44? No, a 44 not trussed. So weight-wise, which is lighter, 44 or a 30 trussed, and which is
find-
stronger?
We'll find out. Because I'm literally maybe Monday I might be walking in and buying a 30 housing.
Nice. Well, let's make this a
Because
show
they're
topic
cheap.
at some point.
Okay.
So let's make this a
I'll
show
do a
show
full
topic.
build video on this
Now
too.
there's some
Perfect.
downside too. Like he's trying to get us off topic, and we're too excited here.
Oh no, this is let's be honest. This 30. So I already have a sleeved 30, Dave. And the sleeved part is fine.
Yep.
I have bent inner
Seats.
C's.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what I'm gonna go
Which is
do?
every
You
30.
can't get away from it.
Nope.
So, but if you take it and you immediately put gussets on it when it's straight and weld the shit out of it, I'm gonna gusset it, truss it, weld it all together, make it like
Billy's
Roller
JK looks like a roller Civic.
it's gonna be bomb proof. It really does. It's at like 4 degrees.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Oh my god! All right, so if you want to see our builds in any state, come to the events that we're going to be at, and some that we're not going to be at.
I may
tell us
bring
where
the
those
JK out eventually.
Tell us where we're going to be, or the events happening in our world. And I'll go ahead and tell you. Start off with we're going to be at the Jeep Enthusiasts of Eastern Pennsylvania's trail ride this
Oh my
weekend.
god, it's gonna be so much fun.
And it's going to be a great time. I know.
We're camping.
Don, was it you that's got everything laid out for your group?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm going straight.
But
fly
I
by
do.
the seat of my
I got
pants.
one question, and I got to hit Neil up. I can't remember where we got off bootleg to go
Far.
up to. I'm not sure I can recall that turn, and then how we ended up. It's really not Fern, but where you end up where Billy. It's what is that? 102 Black. Where Billy
Yeah.
was doing the hardcore stuff.
108.
108.
You should've
So I'm gonna do
tracked that
108,
day.
not Fern.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Yep.
And then cut back down. So I can't remember where we got off.
I've got it on a map. I'll
Do
I'll
you?
show you.
Okay.
Yep.
Anyone want to ride passenger in the buggy?
Sell the seat.
Sell the seat. Yeah.
Sell the seat? What do you mean
Yeah.
sell the seat?
Ticket to
Take it.
ride.
Yeah, $150.
I mean, I'll pay for more than my gas.
I'm not caring about that. That's going right into our budget.
Oh, okay. I'll sell the seat. $150. Highest bidder.
Yeah, there you
Starting.
$150
starting.
ice
go. It doesn't work like that.
Buy now,
Starting-
150.
That-
Buy now price.
that's the starting
no,
price.
actually,
That's
it's
the entry.
starting at 150.
There you go.
Buy the seat.
Nobody's going to take that.
No.
Nobody is.
Basically, bring a case of beer and you can come hang out.
There you go. But yeah, we're up at AOA this coming Saturday.
Just text me, message me, send me a DM. I don't care.
September 18th. We're going to start at 9, and
I will make you sign a waiver.
it'll be fun. Come on out, and if you're out camping, stop by the campsite. And
I got some new, really good rock rash. I didn't think I did, but it goes all the way around the wheel now.
does it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Awesome. I can't wait to grind the
cute.
front of those wheels off.
It's cute.
Yeah. Yeah, look at Billy over there. He's
I
like,
know.
Rock crash, dude. I just put my whole quarter panel into a rock.
that was awesome.
Again.
Again, though.
Rock. Oh, did you again today?
Oh, yeah. Like, so
cut
I
the
was
damn thing out. Screw it.
I was going around this rock, and all of a sudden I back up, and I hear like just rock crumbling, crunching, metal grinding, this, that, and the
Yeah.
other thing. Oh, yeah. I'm like, oh, that's Bondo. Oh, that's metal. Oh, that's quarter. Oh.
It's like
Nice.
Bondo
Just
laying on the train.
more gas.
All right, where are we going to be? Where are we going to be?
I learned if you cook.
Folks, I've got nothing. We're off the rails.
I learned if you pin it in second gear,
Yeah.
you're eventually going to end up at the New Jersey Fall Jeep
Nice.
Invasion.
Nice.
October
Nice.
2nd
There
and
you go.
3rd. Because that's where we're going to be.
That's where we're going to be.
I haven't decided whether we're going to bring in the buggy or the JKs. What we're doing. However, it's going to be an amazing time because we're starting off the weekend at the Cape May Navy Air Museum, getting to see that awesome hangar and everything. And then also we're going to be heading up to Ocean City, New Jersey to be hanging out on the boardwalk, playing some skee ball.
That'll be
Oh,
awesome.
and
hell yeah.
looking at all the Jeeps.
That'll be good times.
So you better come for some serious monkey butler shit on the skee ball lanes.
There we go. There we go.
After that, we are not heading to this, but there is Trail Hero 2021, October 4th in Sand Hollow, Utah. And then there is Boo at the Zoo, Creepy Jeep Contest, October 23rd, which I would like to make it down there. It's not a terrible drive. I was down there today, literally
Yep.
just got back. Cape May Zoo, one of the best zoos in America. It's free. It's awesome. Great for the kids. And then there's Jeeptoberfest, October 23rd in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee.
Oh, I'd love to get down for
Them
that.
boys are always partying out there. In Tennessee.
I want to party like those boys.
Those Tennessee peoples.
They ain't boys, though. They're real men.
Yeah.
You go out with the boys, you wake up with the men.
I like it. So let's, if your club or organization has an event you would like for us to feature on there, we're running short on those events. We'd like to have about 8 more coming up because we're getting ready to knock a couple of them off quick. info@jeeplifepodcast.com. Send us an email with that, and we'll read it on the air and try to get people there. We kind of did. This topic's been kind of bouncing around for a little bit, and you really did some rock slide damage on your Jeep.
I sent you a picture of the rockside damage if you could bring it up.
I'll bring it up, but what I can do with that, I don't know.
I don't know if you can.
But I wanted to kind of talk about rock sliders, and there's different rock sliders, and these aren't to be confused.
Are we talking about a difference between rock sliders and steps?
I think we have to, yeah. That's
and
kind of
rock
the
slide
point.
engineering.
Maybe
rock
we
slider
could
steps.
Maybe we can include some
and
of
the
that.
combination and the
Yeah.
mingle twingling.
So what is
twining.
a rock slider?
I think what defines a rock slider is when it's frame mounted.
Anything you could drag across a rock that is frame mounted that is going to prevent
But
you.
but see, that's there again.
Hold on. Prevent you from damaging.
I'm going to interrupt you. I'm going to interrupt you just because I feel like
body.
it. I'm going to interrupt you.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so I think there's a lot of rock sliders out there that bend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And bend
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
or bash back.
Well, I think it's quality materials, right?
So let's talk about the Deegans on my Jeep. They've pinched a body twice now.
Okay. Yeah.
But they do come back.
They do come back, and I think the problem is I checked that the metal is the same diameter as same thickness as like bombers or something like that. I think the problem is they're too close to the body. I'm willing to bet that there is movement in almost any rock sliders out there, and these they literally are a 1/16 of an inch from the body. So when you do get that movement, you know what I mean? There's natural
nowhere for it to go.
deflection, right, and it keeps pinching that body.
Well, there you go. Troy has his frame mounted, and they went into the body last weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's a certain amount of,
Did
So-
they as long as your hand is in between the rock slider and the
Yeah, you're good.
right. You're
Troy.
good, right?
Because I think that's what happened last time.
So from Jeep, if you go to
Jeep.com.
buy a Jeep, you can actually on Rubicon's and I think Willie's edition, you can add rock slides. They're or the Rubicon
Are they
rails.
Are they frame mounted?
They are frame mounted.
They are frame mounted.
I have a set on.
They are not frame mounted. They are body.
They're body mounted.
So
body
yours,
mounted.
those, but
Right,
the
those are
other
body
ones,
mounted.
like Chris Owens has
Yeah.
on his, which are Mopar, they're the
so
optional ones from Mopar. Those are frame mounted.
Right. So Mopar did come out with a frame mounted set
Right.
for
Right,
a little
optional.
while. Oscar Mike editions.
Yes.
I think you could get them. There was a couple editions you can
Yep.
buy them.
Okay.
However, yours are not frame mounted. They are
Body
body
mount-
mounted.
you're right.
But
I
those
see.
damn
Corrected.
things hold up pretty
They
well.
do, and that's
As
where
much
that's
as
where
I
I was
put
going to
rocks
go.
on
to.
them.
That's where I was going to go. They are not just like body mounted. They are body mounted to structural points in
the
the
floor.
body, in the floor,
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
the pinch seam. So like they're designed to hold up.
Yeah.
And they're not like some little piece of metal.
That's a pretty heavy.
They're
Yeah.
maybe 3/16
Yeah.
metal.
Actually, I think it's probably one of the better systems out there.
And it's a bent tube. So
Yeah.
it's a double concave like bend or convex bend or whatever you
Right.
want to call it. So it's bent around and then it's also bent in the body.
Right.
So like that structural design gives you a lot of strength because it's so hard to crush in any point.
I've scratched the shit out of them.
Oh yeah, you do.
But I have not even dented
Nope.
them, and I know that I've had the weight of the Jeep.
Have we looked at
On.
them recently? I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
I haven't. We may have dented them a little bit.
Well,
Just a hair.
But
but
nonetheless, I mean, for
Yeah.
what you put them through, because you do lay your Jeep down a lot on
Yeah,
stuff. So
because I don't have the clearance, but-
they're I would say that's the only body mounted set that I'd run are the Mopar ones. I've never seen any others that I would run.
Well, the real question is Poison Spider, are they considered body mounted?
No, they're
or
both.
Are they
So
both? Okay.
They're both. So they actually mount. There's an inner plate that mounts to the body, and then it goes down to the frame or the frame.
Okay.
And then there's an outer part too. So the bombers, that's what the bombers have,
Right.
are those outer parts. And in my opinion, other than Rock Slide Engineering, bombers are the best you can get.
Right.
okay.
Metal Cloak makes a really nice set too.
I can't.
Oh, those are the ones that go over the Rubicon ones, aren't they?
No, well, they go under, and then there's like a Rubicon, and it's like
Yeah.
a combo. You use everything.
So that's, but I've never seen anybody really. I think
Hawk
Ron has them.
Ron
but
Hawk has
does
them.
he land
That's
them on?
why I said they're pretty nice. Like I've looked
Yeah,
at
he-
them, and they're really. I
Genrite
like
has
how they
a
look 'em.
badass set too.
Yeah.
But and
all
you know,
aluminum.
yeah. I know Highline makes them. I don't know anybody that's run the Highline ones. I mean, they look kind of cool. And the Highline ones are like mine, kind of look like a step. Actually, they're
Yeah.
made for that. They're it's got a step on it.
Nice.
So.
I was so, talking about yours and the step. With that, it's actually the step is almost basically
freaking high.
It's right at
stupid.
the lip
It's
of the.
really
the-
kind of not a step.
Why the? It just
I
makes
don't know,
it
man.
harder to get in. 'Cause
They
you
look
have-
good. That's
It's-
all I
they
know.
do.
It's like, hey, let me jump on the deck,
right.
and then I'm gonna sit down on it.
right.
Yeah, it's.
I need a step to get into your.
It is
steps
high. It's
so that-
literally 2 inches from the bottom.
and
of
it
the,
pushes out. It
comes out past. Well, it's the same width as the fenders.
Yeah, so
they're out far.
throw my leg actually into the
Yeah.
Jeep. My other leg is going to scrape
Yeah,
across.
they're not. The best was when the kids were little, like
Oh,
when
yeah.
we first put those on.
I would just jump on them.
No, they watched them try to get in it. It was worse than when they weren't. We didn't have them. Little guy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they'd fall out of it at school. Amy would drop them off.
Now I've seen the tube or the 3-tube sliders that are out there. Talk to me about some of those and
What do you mean by
so-
3-tube sliders?
like there's some on Amazon and
So I think what he means by 3-tube is like there's an outer tube, there's the inner center structure, and then there's an under tube.
Oh,
that-
lower
so,
tube.
So
Yeah.
it's like an outer that creates the step top plate and then the bottom.
So
like
that's what-
similar to the Quadratec QRC.
Right,
Yeah.
or high lines
Or
or that.
high lines.
Right.
So there are a couple companies out there that make them that are frame mounted, which is a combination of so when we talk frame mounted, what do you consider frame mounted?
On the body
Because-
mounts.
Okay, so I consider frame mounted different.
So the black frame.
So
that
I'm saying
runs-
the black frame that runs around. I see guys that actually bolt straight to that black, like the bracket. You
See,
know,
I
but
don't
those
know if
brackets
that's
need-
strong because I
I
just
don't,
did a set
and
of
that's what
those.
I'm wondering. Like,
I don't
is
think
that
they
the
are.
strongest set? Do they? I've seen them. They put a plate on either side and they bolt up against. Like they sandwich the frame.
Well, that's probably the best. But
That's-
the ones where they just boop, right into the
straight
frame,
into
those
it?
are
No, that's
junk.
probably junk. But the ones that there's ones that you wrap a C channel underneath.
Yeah, that's probably
like
the
they
best.
go. Those things are wild.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple. Like, and I hate to bring up this word, but some of the rock sliders that are made for.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
No, I can't. That truck that we really hate. Yeah. So, but those things, some of those rock sliders are bee's knees. Like they are industrial strength rock sliders that are made for some Toyotas.
Oh yeah. All right.
And like, so that's why I'm wondering, what do you consider? Because I've seen some of those that are like sandwiched to the
There's
frame.
not a whole lot of
There's
those.
the body mounts, so they're like a U-shaped looking thing that slide in between
I
your
haven't seen a
body
whole
mount
lot of
and
that
the,
for
and
Jeep.
the and that's what I'm wondering. Like,
I think I like how mine. Again, I think there's a certain level of natural deflection
Yes,
designed into all
absolutely.
these. But I think the problem with mine is it's just too tight to the body. And there was a shim kit. I could probably get them out another 1/8 of an inch,
Mhm.
which would probably save it. But at this
Right.
point, the hell with it. I damaged it. So
well, so here's another question: are rock sliders designed to flex a certain amount to help you get over something?
could be. Now the one I bent the day we were
Well, that's
out
different.
with you, we laid it down on a rock really hard. It's in the one video. Everybody was like, "Ooh," and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
But like
Like I
you,
shook the
you
whole
have
Jeep.
you have both front and rear tire on the ground surface.
Yep.
But your breakover angle is greater than getting over that rock.
Yep.
I would much rather have any other piece of metal between that and my frame and or pinch seams.
Frame's all right.
But pinch seam,
Any body
Yeah.
panel frame.
as those aren't thick pieces of metal.
Frame, you're pretty golden. You're good.
So yes, almost anything. It doesn't matter what
Yeah.
it is.
So the set that I had on my TJ actually were diamond plate that went down and wrapped underneath.
So
that
that's-
actually was pretty strong.
So that's what I kind of have a similar setup on the buggy, which is, do you want to talk about what they are in general?
Yeah, but see the problem with the buggy is you get that big old bar coming off the side. I didn't have that.
What do you mean?
On the buggy, you get the
I
so
have the-
that's the leverage. That's why they pinched the body. Mine didn't have that.
Well, so I have a combination. Mine bolt into the body. They
Right.
pinch the whole body all the way along
Right.
the side. And then they wrap down and around, and then they're bolted together. They're pinched between the the cage
Right.
in the front, where the cage comes down
Right.
to the floor in the front. Actually, where you see on the video feed, on the back side or on the left side, there's that arm that shoots out that bolts through that. So they're
Yeah.
bolted through that to the frame. On the back side, they're bolted into the body mount and also have its own bracket that go into the frame. So like these things are, it's 1/4 inch steel down and around, and then there's I think it's 1 3/4 DOM 120 wall tubing. And these suckers hold.
Yeah, you
Like,
I mean,
you
you
can
definitely
see
put
what
more
it-
than the
what
weight
I-
of
what I went
weight of the Jeep on it.
The entire weight of
Yeah,
the Jeep.
and then more pressure from
And then more pressure from tires
Yep.
reversing. And that's when you start bending tube.
And- And I think that's so. Those are very purpose built, right? And
Yes.
we've been talking about some of these rock sliders that are very purpose built, right?
Right.
And hold on real quick.
Yep.
You can't buy these. Like, these are homemade.
Right.
Like, these are designed and homemade. These are like, let me put the side of a safe on my Jeep and
Right.
and let's go bash it off rocks.
But they serve a purpose for that. What we're we're talking about something that used correctly slides on the rocks.
Yeah.
And they're designed
Yes.
to
If
do.
you're going
They're-
to wheel hard,
they're-
you
they're-
almost have to have them.
and they're not there for cosmetic or
Right.
other purposes.
Yeah, they
right?
are. Cosmetically showing how much of a badass
know, right,
you
I
are.
know.
Right.
But I see even you get a Sahara from Jeep, and they come with the plastic, real thin metal.
Actually, they're a little
steps.
tougher than you think they
Yeah,
are.
those steps they hold up.
They kind of do.
I've
'cause I ran
seen-
them once.
I've
seen
also
guys
seen them
running them along.
real
crap.
peeled off as well.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
yeah.
if you slam them down or you're dragging them. But,
Yeah.
But I set mine down on
If you put a can opener on a can, that's what happens.
Right. But they're not built for
No.
that purpose.
No.
But also the ones that you go out there and there's a step hanging down.
Those are bad.
Yeah.
Wait, the ones that come out and then down,
Drop
and
down,
then back
yeah,
up,
drop
they
down,
go back up,
angle,
and they
step.
go
Can't
back.
you
Yeah.
flip those? Aren't all those made to
I
flip
don't- I have
around?
no
I think they
idea,
are.
but those things are just like you're gonna get caught there and there and there and there.
So
oh, wait,
you go
your
to
control
you're
arms
at the
too?
off-road park, so you air down, you
Yeah,
take
yeah.
your sway bars off, you have to flip your rock sliders around,
Are they on
take your
quick?
31s off, put your 35s on.
Are
That's
they
right.
on quick disconnect?
They are not
Pull the
made to
pin.
turn around, to flip around. Because you couldn't even get the door open if you do
Wait,
that.
hold on. Can we get our tires to have those like indie lugs that you just one lug? It's like off,
Oh, that'd be awesome.
on.
Yeah,
Take
and-
a lug and change
and I'm-
out tires like nothing.
I'm pulling them up right now, and every single one of them only have like 2 mount points.
No,
Yeah,
they're
on each
terrible.
side.
They're junk.
And even with my Ruby rails that I have
Well-
on mine have pinch seam
There's
and
eight
body frame
10 millimeter bolts along the
each
pinch
side,
seam.
pinch seam, right?
And then there's another three 3/4 inch 19 millimeter bolts that bolt up into the body, and then after you tighten everything down to the correct ugga-duggas,
yeah,
it makes a pretty strong.
So I don't
Yep.
think
thing.
it's not that they're junk. It's that they're not made for doing what we do. But that doesn't make them junk. I mean, some people don't wheel.
if they don't wheel, you're
Yeah.
absolutely. I think
You know,
to
or if
get
you're
in
a
and
dirt
out of
road
your
guy,
Jeep,
you
dude, I'd
know?
love to have a set of steps just like that to get in and out of my Jeep,
Yeah.
without a doubt.
Right.
But I would hang them up on every single rock on Bernie
Oh.
Level, every single rock.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that they're junk, but when you try to fillet a fish with a butter knife, it just doesn't work.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like their
It's
purpose
mashing
for
the fillet, not
Yeah.
right, but like they're meant to go off road. You're meant to run the
And they're
fire
usually a
roads
little
and-
cheaper, right? So,
Right, they're a
I mean,
little
they're
cheaper.
like
They're-
$200-$300
Yeah,
versus
what do you
$600,
want?
$700,
What do you want?
$1,200, right?
Right.
Like it comes down to price. You got to look at how it mounts to the vehicle. Is it a frame mounted? Is it body mounted? Or does it mount through the body mounts?
right.
You know, there's sometimes you don't necessarily, open up the body mount and slide it in there. You just put bolts around the body mount.
Okay.
I've seen those.
Yep.
There's a lot of different versions out there. Are you going to be drilling holes into the body and then pinching it all together, putting a base plate down, adding another section with, the bombers through Poison Spider?
Yeah. Once you start,
How is the substructure set up? There are all the things to look at when you're looking for a rock slider. And what are you going to be doing? Like,
I think
If
that's
you use
the
it in the
question.
beach,
that
you definitely need rock sliders.
right. I mean, I can't think of the main point of rock sliders is definitely
it's kind of in the name.
put them on a rock.
You gotta
right?
in the Northeast. You have to have them if you're gonna wheel on rocks.
if you're gonna wheel on rocks.
Or trees.
Or-
Roots, yeah, it was
So what-
definitely.
No,
How
I
did it-
use my rock sliders to pivot around trees.
How do
all the time.
let's talk about rock slide engineering. How do those mount?
It's exactly the same way.
Combination of
It's
both.
a pinch.
Yeah.
It's a pinch weld and body mount.
It's
Yeah.
a pinch
Okay.
weld body mount through the you actually
those-
unbolt everything and then
I
you
mean,
slide it up and in. It's like you need
That
two guys to kind of
is
do it.
the best rock slider out there. Period. Done. Best looking. Best. You have dual functionality.
Yeah,
so
with the armor
Right.
kit,
Yep.
absolutely.
Yep.
Because you take the best part of that steps that we would like to have,
right.
and then we have armor to lay it on a rock,
Yeah.
right?
And they I mean they work and they don't stop working and I just they're
And the
awesome. They're
step just
out of my
pops down
price
out of
range.
the-
right.
the body of the slider, and you're golden.
I would have a set of those in a heartbeat. It's just not my pay grade.
Yeah, and
I'm working on it, man.
Well, all right. All those Patreon subscribers, you need
Working on it.
crazy. You know, we got to come up with our crazy Patreon numbers to do that. But you're right. They are, and we've had them on the show, and they're a partner of ours. So we love that.
We are a little biased, but the truth of the matter is, we're not the only ones that say that.
Right?
No.
I mean,
anybody you ask that
they are
has a set.
top tier rock slider.
Yeah.
And
There's
they're
other good ones out there. I shouldn't say they're the best, but they're a top tier.
They're constantly innovating too.
Yeah.
Gen 3 just came out.
Gen 3.
this year.
I heard Gen 3 is like bee's knees. Like,
I heard it comes out in less than 3 milliseconds.
Who has a
just
set
kidding,
of
I
Gen
don't know.
3s because I want to stick my hand in it.
See if it crushes it.
I want to stick my hand in it. I will stick
See
my
the safety.
Show me a set of Gen 3s and I
thought
will
Gen
stick
2
my
had
hand.
that too, didn't they?
Gen 2 it kind of it worked, but like I heard Gen 3's even better. Like it does. Like Gen 2 would kind of nick your finger a little bit.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Gen 3's like doesn't do anything.
Any resistance
It's
whatsoever.
like when
None.
my kids discovered power windows are the same way. But
Right.
then when they discovered cranks are not.
Right. Oh, yeah. I love it.
So, rock slide, if you're hearing this, I want to stick my hand in your rock sliders.
There we go. That's an invitation I want to see.
Because
So
I like doing dumb stuff.
if you have
That's a
rock
shirt
sliders or step sides or any of that, and you want to, let us know about it. Send us an email at info@JeepLifePodcast. Pictures are great, so include those.
Customs,
If you have customs that you have,
aftermarket customs. So
Yeah.
that means you bought a set and then you modified them.
cool. Let us let us know.
Let us see them.
Yeah, let's do that. Where else can people get a hold of us?
First I want you to head over to info Jeep Life Podcast, and if you can't find us there,
Patreon.
Patreon.
Plus, we got a voicemail.
And we got
And then finally, YouTube.
You're forgetting a couple. Instagram.
Insta pictures.
Insta pictures.
Insta pictures, which we got a lot of awesome reels going up. Lots of burning rubber. Lots of toasting Tuesdays. Lots of hump day Wednesdays. Tushy Thursday. I don't know.
Check us out in
at this point
MySpace.
things.
Yeah, Tom will be looking for us there. He's helped us out.
I heard we accept Bitcoin now, too.
We'll accept anything: gold, bullion,
Carrots.
apples
Onions.
or bananas left on the
Brake
desk.
calipers.
But anyway, we love having you guys here. We love having our Sunday nights together. For Bill, Don, and myself. Thanks for hanging out with us. Here's a big Jeep wave to you, everybody.
See you guys.
Woo! Off the rails.
That was terrible.
Oh.
That was a
I don't know if that's the best one or the worst one.
that was a
that was a-
shark-filled night.
That was a good episode. Thanks
Did you
everybody
just
for
say
hanging
that was
out
a
with us.
shark-filled night?
That's what he said. And the sharks keep coming. I love
It doesn't count,
Please,
Mike, because you
can
say
you
that
turn
every
it
week.
off?
No
No.
show, guys.
Can you please turn it off now?
All right, everybody, have a good night. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks for hanging out with us.